I want to just talk to you guys about employee retention. And you Ferric do a lot of different stuff for your students. I always see on Instagram you guys are doing like beer trolleys and Cubs games and
trips to
like
Canada,
lake trips, and Canada before all that stuff. But like, is there like, should we be thinking about a budget almost that goes back to retain people? Because I think once we think it's like, yeah, they work there, we kind of forget about it, but we don't maybe spend enough. And the reason I bring this up is we just had our big company. We just like, let's just have a big company outing, and we had 2 days. We did like a ton of different events. People loved it. It was a lot of fun. Maybe a little bit too many events. People were so exhausted.
It was a lot.
But,
field day.
I don't know. I swung
day.
really hard to one side. I'll probably swing a little bit further back in the middle. But, rehiring, it's almost like having a current customer. It's a lot cheaper to retain them and continue getting sales from them than it is attracting a new one. How do you think about that?
I don't know. I think I look at bigger companies and I see like, okay, like my wife Carson works for a trading firm, and they spend a lot of time on their employees because the day-to-day is a crazy grind, right? They work really, really hard, and they have a lot of fun. So they work hard, they play hard. And I think, no one necessarily loves clocking in and clocking out every day. No one loves doing that, right? And so if we can find meaningful ways to engage with our team, that just gives them a reason to maybe enjoy their job, and like look past, maybe some of the parts that aren't as fun. And so if you could do small things along the way, they make a big difference, but you can also make a big difference without realizing it. Something like you can do is, buy a flight for one of your favorite employees. It might cost like $400, right? But like cover one of their flights with your Spark Smiles or something like that, right? Like that is bigger than giving them a 50-cent raise, right? Because they're going to get to home and say, my company bought me a flight to California or something. And I think that stuff is super, super special. So something that we definitely try to do, we do carve out a little bit of our budget to have fun, go to Cubs games, Lake House, Canada, you name it. And that's what they all talk about, and they're all friends because of it. And even our full-time team, we have 7 in Chicago, and they're all super, super close, And so I think I put the burden on myself to say, like, we got to bring people together. And
Bruce, do you do it once a month, every other month?
However, there's no like when I feel like it,
Yeah. Okay.
I think spontaneous is important. I think going all out occasionally is really important. So like Bruce, you guys were super remote for the last year. A lot of people across the country, 2 days of like, we're all going to love each other by the end of this. That's awesome. People will remember that.
Oh yeah.
And so, I saw Justin at Oklahoma took his entire team out, boating for the day, things like that. Be special with your team. And it is something you can do while you have a smaller team, for sure.
I think anything that brings you in the group mentality. The last shop that I was production manager of, we started the weekly yoga. Found out that one of the gals that worked there was a yoga instructor. And so we're like, okay, let's not make this like anything complex. I don't necessarily need everybody like on the ground trying to do these crazy poses, but let's do some very basic, minimal stretching and getting together, and everyone's kind of laughing, having fun together, and like unity. When you can stop actually just doing the job you're there for, and you can bring unity into any situation, I think it's awesome. If you can do yoga, if you can go mini golfing, if you can have a taco truck come by and just like have 45 minutes where you just eat tacos and hang out, like all those things really, really make a difference. We do things where we'll take like a half hour once a month, and we'll just, at the end of the day, we'll all have a beer on Zoom together and just hang out on our success team. Like those things matter because you lose the water cooler chat when you're working remote, and that's really how you keep morale up. So if you're just by yourself and then work, and you don't have those team building exercises or the time to kind of just chill with each other, you lose that camaraderie, that family feel. I think that Printavo being on the inside now here, I think you guys, we do it great, which is a lot of fun.